Good afternoon, everybody. It's Thursday afternoon. It's the last Israel brief of the week, brought to you by Lay of the Land with myself, Rolene Marks. And just a reminder, next week the Israel brief is going Hollywood. Yes, we'll be coming to you from Los Angeles in the USA. I will be there for a week visiting the WITSO LA Federation, and we'll be bringing you the top stories from Israel via Los Angeles, USA. But without further ado, let's take a look at those top stories before we head into the weekend. And we begin with the Gaza Strip. And yesterday, thousands of protesters gathered along the border. However, unlike Saturday, these protests were relatively calm. We do know that about 14 Palestinians were injured. However, there were Hamas members amongst the protesters maintaining some kind of calm. As a result of the quietness and a lack of violence, Egypt has reopened the Rafah crossing, and Israel has increased the amount of goods allowed into the Gaza Strip, including materials for construction as well as imported cars. Israel also announced that they will be allowing an extra 1,000 Palestinians with permits to cross the Erez crossing. These are Palestinians that have permits as well as have been vaccinated or have recovered from coronavirus. Meanwhile, in the twist that you never saw coming, and neither did I, Rashida Tlaib, the very pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel U.S. Congresswoman, she is part of the squad. Sorry, I almost said swab, those coronavirus tests you have to have before you fly. Anyway, she is part of the squad. She has apparently been declared persona non grata. Now, this comes from very well-known and respected Arab-Israeli journalist Khaled Abu Tuameh, who tweeted out that a Palestinian official has said that Congresswoman Tlaib is persona non grata after she smeared PA President Mahmoud Abbas. Well, didn't see that coming. In other news, we now cross to the USA, and a very, very successful trip so far for our Prime Minister Naftali Bennett. He will meet President Joe Biden at 6:30 Israeli time tonight. Of course, top of the agenda is the Iranian situation and what we do to prevent Iran from becoming nuclear. Now, according to a senior official in the group that is touring or visiting with the Prime Minister, and according to American officials as well, the US is very open to Israel's proposals. They pretty much have realized with the new Iranian administration that takes more of a hard line, any kind of entry into an Iranian nuclear deal is highly unlikely. So it's going to be interesting to see what will be presented. We don't know the exact details of that proposal from Israel, but it will be interesting to see how that will be received and what will come of that. Meanwhile, two very, very productive meetings, one with the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, who has said that the US has made significant progress on the visa waiver issue. Israel could soon be part of the America's visa waiver agreement. So that will be a huge sigh of relief to many Israelis who are waiting or battling for their visas to the USA. Also, a very successful meeting with the Secretary of Defense, Austin, who said that no matter what, the USA will ensure that Israel can defend itself against Iran. So we look forward to bringing you updates from this historic first-time meeting between Prime Minister Bennett and President Biden. But casting a long shadow over all talks at the moment is the issue of Afghanistan, and we now turn to Afghanistan, where we've had it on good authority. This is coming from a British minister who says that there have been severe possibilities of threats from ISIS, likely a car bombing at Kabul airport. This is a threat that could be imminent, and Afghans who are looking to leave the country or evacuate the country have been recommended to go towards the borders and not towards Kabul. This comes ahead of the evacuation deadline for the 31st of August. This is the deadline that the United States says all their troops and as many of those that they are able to evacuate will be airlifted out of Afghanistan. France has said that they will work to ensure that none of their nationals or anybody who they can evacuate will be evacuated past the 31st deadline. So there is a very, very, very extreme scramble at the moment to get as many people out as possible. Somebody who is a real hero at the moment is a gentleman by the name of Pen Farthing. He has founded Operation Ark. He is trying to get as many as 200 animals airlifted out of Afghanistan and the vets that take care of them. Some obstacles earlier today, him being prevented to getting to Kabul airport. But it is my understanding that there are many on the ground who are trying to help him as much as possible. And Russia has said that they still have not made up their minds whether or not they will recognize a Taliban government. So those are our top stories as we head into the weekend. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our content. You can do it on Facebook at Lottle Site. Click on the like, click on the follow, and definitely share this content. If you're viewing us on YouTube, don't forget to like us and subscribe. If you're on Twitter, we're at layoftheland.online and we're on our website at www.layoftheland.online. I'm Rolene Marks, wishing you a safe, a healthy rest of your day. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. From all of us here at Lay of the Land, we wish you Shabbat Shalom, and I will see you, bar a very strange time difference and change of venues, next week.